Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Miami. Ty Chandler to return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Running back sent in motion left. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here come the Dolphins as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick.
He's got it inside the 10! And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Go ahead.
They send Hill right. Hands it to the lateral, goes haywire. Live ball. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Staying on the ground with Jones. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Darnold now to throw. Flush down now to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Ryan Wright on to punt. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Dolphins football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Right.
Tagovailoa off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long.
All right, come on.
Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Throwing it deep off his back foot. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
He's trying another one deep. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's Darnold to throw. That one is incomplete. Contact. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. They give to Jones, right side. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. To throw, here's Darnold. He's on the move, and he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. So through one, this game, more for you. The Vikings getting their punt team out. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Going play action, Tagovailoa. He's looking deep once again. He's got it deep downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Gotta think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get the game's first points here in the second. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw...
Oh, it's a fake. Looks like they're going to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that's a call I'll see in the college game, but it's pretty dead and gone in the NFL, and for good reason. Even when you catch them off guard, the chances for success are extremely low. Can't do it.
And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Here's Darnold. He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. Washington on to handle this return. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed... The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Tagovailoa. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Tua off the play fake. He's loaded another one up. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Byron Murphy picks it. And the Vikings are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing here, Darnold. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
As a man, Justin Jefferson. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Darnold. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Ryan Wright out there to punt this one. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. This is caught inside the 15.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, sometimes there's nothing you can do but throw your hands up and stare at the ground, partner. He knew he was beat deep, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, and this is one of those just killers, right? These spot fouls, it's fuel for an offense, often leads to points with a big explosive play like this, and it could be a morale killer for his defense.
The lateral goes haywire. It's out. And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10. Second down now, 7 to go. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
All right.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They'll stick with Achane. So we've reached halftime down here in Miami. The Dolphins have the lead. Now it's up north, going on a bit of a speed run, it seems. We are flying past halftime and going right to the start of the 3rd quarter. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Washington now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the 3rd. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's trying to go deep again. They connect on the deep shot. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Tagovailoa on first down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That play is so impressive on so many levels, not just because it saves a touchdown kick. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
Chased out to his right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what'd they tell